Night in the hanging tree. Are you coming to?
This is for those that happen to think that that little stunt was funny. I would actually like someone to explain to me why this is funny. Because, yes, there are unfortunately some women out there that are afraid to walk alone at night. But I feel I should mention, because apparently this isn't well known, there are men that are also afraid to walk alone at night.
Correct.
And yes, I do understand that some women are going to argue that women have always been afraid to walk alone at night. So therefore, it's only reasonable that men understand what women have been going through. Okay. So you're assuming that they don't simply because that they're men, that they don't understand that there's dangers out there in the world. So naturally, the most reasonable thing that some women could do would be to try to scare men into being afraid. What exactly good are you doing in the world?
And let me tell you something. I'm telling you right now. Sometimes, let me make the first point I want to make is sometimes you're going to walk out pulling this stunt. You're going to walk out into a world to where sometimes you go looking for stuff that you really don't want. You out here, look. I understand that you trying to make men, maybe this guy was acting up all night and antagonizing them. And if that's the case, I get it. I understand. But first of all, if this man ain't antagonizing you, leave him alone. I think the point that you're trying to make is that women don't like this behavior. And if women don't like this behavior, why are you doing it to other people who absolutely have nothing to do with it? If that man wasn't bothering you, why are you bothering him? All right. If that man turn around and act a fool and act a clown on y'all gonna be one to turn it. Y'all gonna be trying to scream out, help, help. Y'all gonna be hoping that somebody is out there to save you when you shouldn't have been over there messing with that man in the first place. You need to find somewhere to sit down and act like you got some good sense. Because when the tables turn, I get it. Trust me. I understand. It's our time now. We shining. Women have more abilities than they ever have, and we want to use these abilities to make a difference in the world. But I somewhere in my mind, the logic to me don't make no sense to antagonize something you don't need to be antagonizing. Look, I feel like if you get the green light to do something, just take the green light and go on about your business. Look, man, if somebody's stopping you from getting housing, what I'm not going to do, if I feel like, let's think about racism just for 2 seconds. We're not going to go too deep. We just going to overview. If my fight is to be able to buy a house in a white neighborhood as a black man, and I get the opportunity to do that, bands and back in the day, there used to be all kinds of tricks that people would use. It's not just redlining, but it's all kinds of tricks that people would use in terms of keeping black individuals out of white neighborhoods and stuff like that, and I'm not trying to, I'm just telling you what the history is. It's what the history is, There used to be all kinds of little tricks that they would used to use, right, to keep black people out of white neighborhoods. and not only that, but in terms of the kind of housing that was built, black individuals used to, you couldn't get loans. Now you could get loans to use good material to build in the white neighborhoods and suburbs and stuff like that. But you couldn't get those same loans to build in the black neighborhoods because the banks saw it as a bad investment, right? And so if I get the opportunity, I say, you know what, I want to live in a white neighborhood. I think the material and the housing is better. I just want to go live over there. Nothing wrong with my people over here. I just want to go live in the white neighborhood. It's close to my job for whatever reason. It's close to the better schools, blah, blah, blah. I'm just trying to give my kids the best opportunity as I see fit. Maybe other people would argue, but as I see fit. If I get into the neighborhood, what I'm not going to do when I see white people walking around, I'm not going to walk out and antagonize every single white person that's walking down the street. Ha ha, ha ha, you try to keep me out of the neighborhood. Ha ha, look where I'm at. I'm not going to do that. Why would I do that? I got what I wanted. I just wanted to live over here. Ain't got nothing to do with you guys. I know you guys are trying to stop me. And sometimes there comes a time where you need to say something back like, hey, don't disrespect me. I won't disrespect you. Don't come over here in my yard, messing with my car, messing with my house. Don't do that. Mind your business. I'm on my mind. Okay? Let's keep it there. But what I'm not going to do is go antagonize nobody. What y'all want to do is y'all want to walk behind somebody who could turn around and just stole off on you. Got the camera phone in your hand doing all this behind people, but then all of a sudden turn around, boom. Ah! You gone. And now you're mad. Now you're looking for protection. Now you asking, where are the real men? Now you asking, where are the real men at to come to your aid when you should have set your behind down somewhere and minded your business? Stay out of people's face. That's all you got to do. Stay out of people's face. I understand completely where you are coming from. Trust me, I do. But this, look, sometimes they be saying in terms of maturity levels and growth. I was looking at some research the other day in terms of maturity level and growth. They be saying that women, in terms of emotional intelligence and stuff like that, got men beat. I guess we gonna take the average on that because this falls below the average on that. This ain't beating nothing. This childish. This real childish. You walk about now. All right, now you out at nighttime. You walk your behind down a back alley. See, this is a joke right here. I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna be quiet. This is a joke right here. This is a joke. Hee ha ha. Go inside before it becomes a problem, because you get your behind outside too much. And you going to see, he don't seem harmless. He don't seem like he trying to harm people at all. He's harmless. He minded his business trying to walk. But you're going to catch one who's menacing. Don't care nothing about what you think. He watching you. Oh, you going to be creeped out then. Should have had you behind his side. I get it. I know how it feels. Talking about men trying to insinuate that men don't get scared of nothing. And when a man tells you what to do and what not to be doing outside, you call him insecure. The man is telling you because he knows what's out there. The man's job is to watch and be aware. He's trying to tell you, hey, yo, there's some creeps out there. Keep your eyes open. Be watchful. Don't go over here. I'm telling you, it looks sketchy. I would not go over there myself as a man. Why? Because I just don't want no problems. Even if I do go over there, I don't got nothing they want. Except if I come over there shining and they start to ask me questions, but I know, hey, I got my jewelry on or something like that. I don't need to be over there. If I don't want no problems. I'm not. Sometimes this puzzles me. This what puzzles me. And I love women. I really do. I'm just saying. Women will walk into a situation hoping that it will be what they want it to be. Oh, I hope it will be this way. It should be this way. And I am puzzled by that logic because it doesn't have to be that way. Just because you walk in the midst of men and you're walking up to go get your food or order whatever you want to do, that don't mean that the men ain't gonna bother you just because they shouldn't bother you, just because you think they shouldn't. You know, if you walking in front of these men looking good, got your clothes body conned on you so they can see, what your body looks like, got your makeup on, looking good, You got your perfume on, smelling good. Got your toes done and your fingernails done, looking good. Got your hair done, everything. I understand sometimes you got to do what you got to do, but I'm just saying sometimes sketchy situations to me as a man are not worth it. Even I will not go into certain situations, not because I'm trying to be a punk or nothing like that, but just because it's just like I don't want any problems that might come. I don't know if this man has a problem with me or not, but I'm not going to find out today. Why not? Because I don't want to. For what? Why do I feel today that I need to boss up on anyone, or that I need to, act masculine and express my masculinity on anyone? For what? And see, that's the problem that women have. They be like, yeah, go express your masculinity. Do boss up. Go over there and tell him what to do. Be a man. What? For, why? I wasn't going over there. Why do you want to use my agency as a man to put me in harm's way? That would be like me taking my girl and finding reasons to put her in a bad situation. Me going around and just talking crazy to women. And I mean, going in the store. I'm in the grocery store and a girl cut in line. I ain't like that. I'm calling my wife and me, hey, this girl cut in line. You shouldn't have done this. Or me going in and cutting in line causing problems. Even worse, me going in and cutting in line causing problems. And then calling my girl to be like, hey, can you come over here? I told this girl that I needed to get out of this store and go somewhere. I told her I needed to go run and pick up my kid, and she would not let me cut in line. So I fought her and got in line. I cut in line in front of her anyways. And she wanted to I didn't put my hands on her though. It's like, yeah, but you cut in line in front of her. So she was trying to keep you from cutting in line from her. Why would you do that? But I didn't put my hands on you. You didn't have to, there's never any reason for you to put your hands on me. She was just trying to get you to stay in line in your place. It ain't never that serious. If it was never that serious, then why did you cut in line in front of her? And then I try to call my partner or my spouse or whoever and tell them, come beat this girl up. You caused the problem. Why are you doing that? I don't understand that for the life of me. Cause a problem, and then when the backlash come, you're surprised. I am thoroughly and utterly dumbfounded by that scenario. But you know what? Y'all keep playing like this. You better stay in your lane, because you got it. You getting it better and better and better. I'm not saying everything is where you want it to be and how it is, and it's how you want it to be. I'm just saying, hold what you got. I'm not about to leave my house in the suburbs to go out and find some sort of rundown shack and go around and throw rocks at a rundown shack and mess with people. For what? You got what you want. You got a nice house. You got a nice car. You got a nice job. Stay your behind in the house. Stop following and antagonizing people. Act like you got some sense. Silly. Anyway, let me know what you think. Like, share, subscribe, comment. You might disagree with me. Let me know. Till next time, take it easy.